Formula Drift driver Frederick Alspo. And today, I'm going to show you how to tow a car with this, the 2025 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. There are several different ways you can tow a car, and we'll walk you through a few different options. First is with a dolly, but there's a few things you want to keep in mind when towing with a dolly. You always want the front wheels of your car on the dolly, because if you have the front wheels on the ground, those wheels can turn and cause dangerous speed wobbles. But if you have a rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive car, you actually need to disconnect the drive shaft so you don't cause any damage while those wheels spin. Next, make sure your car isn't too wide to fit. Make sure it's under the weight capacity of the dolly. Make sure you have a 4-pin wiring connection on your tow vehicle. And finally, make sure your tow vehicle has enough towing capacity. Another option is to use a tow bar like this, which is a pretty common thing for people with RVs to use when they tow their cars when they go on trips. The only issue is that most cars don't come with the connections to hook this up. So you got to remove the front bumper and install permanent hooks directly onto the frame. So it's an option, but it's not a great option. A very simple option is to use a tow strap, but this is dangerous and illegal to use on most roads and should only really be used to get someone unstuck or to tow your car on private property. But to hook this up, you want it on a connection point directly attached to the frame. And a good spot is the chain hook on the hitch. If you don't have a tow strap but the clasp on the end, you can use soft shackles and run it through that. And you can also buy hitch mounts with a hook built into it. For the vehicle you're towing, most cars have the tow hook connection built into it like this GR Supra. And if you don't have that, you can connect shackles around the lower control arms and tow it that way as well. And when you start towing, you obviously want someone in the driver's seat steering and managing the brakes. But the best way to easily and safely tow a car is using a trailer. Now, in our last video, we showed you how to properly load a trailer, including how to achieve proper tongue weight. And if you want to watch more on that, you can click here. But in this video, we're going to discuss how to calculate towing numbers. First, you need to know your vehicle's max tow rating, gross combined weight rating, or GCWR, gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR, curb weight, and payload. Next, you need to calculate your gross trailer weight, which is the weight of your trailer plus the cargo you're putting in it. Then, you need to calculate your gross vehicle weight, which is your curb weight, plus cargo and passengers, plus tongue weight, which should be between 9 to 11% of your gross trailer weight. Next, calculate your gross combined weight by adding your gross trailer weight and your gross vehicle weight. If you're under the gross combined weight rating and the gross vehicle weight rating of your truck, you're good to go. So, once you've determined your safe towing numbers, it's time to strap the car down. Now, there's a few different ways you can do this, and the best way is if your trailer has tracks. In that case, you'll wrap the straps around the tires and you'll run them through D-rings right at the base of either side of the tires. If you don't have that, you can actually wrap your straps around the lower control arms like we're doing here, and you'll run them all the way to the D-rings on the floor of the trailer. You always want to make sure you have 4 points of contact, and some people like to cross the straps, but you don't want to do that because in that case, if one of the straps fail, they all fail. Instead, you want opposing forces going to the front and the rear of the trailer, and that way, if one strap fails, your vehicle is still mostly secured. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that. At the back, we can do the same thing that we did in the front and run the straps around the lower control arm or the axle. But with certain cars like the GR Supra, those parts are hard to get to. So in this case, we'll run the straps through the wheels and to the D-ring in the floor of the trailer in the back. You want to run the straps through the wheels in a position where you have a straight line from the D-ring to the center of the wheel so that the tire doesn't rotate inside the trailer. That way the straps won't come loose, and as you tighten down both straps in the rear, you'll revisit the front, tighten those down, and then you're good to go. All right, so now that we're loaded up, we're gonna take the Supra out to Willow Springs to do some drifting. So let's jump in and we'll talk about some features and safety tips on the way. First, we're gonna be talking about how to set up your trailer brakes. You wanna set the gain on your brakes to around 5 to give you a good base. Next, you wanna manually squeeze the brake controller to test the brakes. What you're looking for is the trailer wheels to lock up. If the wheels don't lock up, slowly increase the gain until they do, then back it off by 0.5. This will ensure you're getting the right output from your trailer brakes to help you stop. Even with trailer brakes, you want to take your time, be safe, and give yourself lots of room. Most trailer tires are only rated for a maximum of 65 miles per hour, but on top of that, with all that weight, it takes a lot longer for a vehicle to stop, so don't go too fast. One more thing you want to remember is to take corners wider than usual and always watch your trailer wheels when turning to make sure you haven't turned too tight and they're not going to clip something like a curb or a light post. Speaking of being safe, when connected to Toyota's integrated trailer brake controller, the Tundra's available blind spot monitor can recognize blind spots for both the truck and the trailer. There's also optional power extending tow mirrors, which you need when you're towing an enclosed trailer, unless you have Toyota's new available Wi-Fi trailer camera, which gives you a perfect view behind the trailer, visible on either the digital rear view mirror or on the multimedia screen. And that's how you tow a car. Next up, we're going to show you how to properly back up a trailer. We'll finally unload the Supra and take it out for a spin. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe.